This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm joined by John Ryder ahead of his bout with Danny Jacobs here in London. John, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's nice to be here. Fight week's finally upon us. Obviously, the media workouts yesterday, and now the first head-to-head. So I'm buzzing.
John, I know people have spoken about pressure on both of you for this fight, but you've been after a big fight for the last few years now, since the Callum Smith bout. When you look at it, how excited are you to have that big fight, to be looking at Danny Jacobs, his past accomplishments, and provided you're successful, what could be in store beyond this bout?
I'm excited. This is what I've been missing, like these engagements. You know what I mean? It's boxing behind closed doors in bubbles in Miami and in Austria. It's a different feel to it. So it's nice to be back in my hometown, fighting in front of a crowd for the first time in 2 years, well over 2 years. So mate, I'm just buzzing, and what a great opponent to have.
John, talk to me about this fight. You know, when you've been working on Danny Jacobs during camp, what specifically are you expecting from him? Is it easy to fall into the trap of looking at how he performed against Gabe Rosado?
I don't look into that at all. You look at the close fights he's had. He's mixed it with the best. He's not lost narrowly to Canelo and Golovkin. So listen, he's a wily old fox. He knows his way around the boxing ring. He knows how to work when he wants to work and fiddle and get his way through. So it's up to me to negate that and work to my strengths and to win the fight.
You said negate, and I know you won't want to give too much away, but how do you anticipate it to play out when you are in the ring together and you're effectively staring at him just before that fight, that first bell goes?
Well, I think everyone's expecting him to come out like he did against Rosado with a low output, but I think Danny's got a lot to prove here, so I think he might come out like a whirlwind.
Is this a crossroads fight?
Massively. I've said it all along. I feel for the winner, you're going to go on to get another shot, and we both want to continue. He's had a great career already. Obviously, there's things I still want to achieve in this sport, but I feel for a loser, it's not at the stage we're at now. I mean, he's 35, I'm 34 in July. There's not really time for rebuilding now. It's now or never for us, I think.
John, when you look at it and you look at the careers you've both had and where you both want to go, who do you feel there's more expectation or pressure on currently?
Well, I think for me, whatever way this goes, Danny Jacobs will be a future Hall of Famer. With me, I'll just be a forgotten man, a nearly man. So I need to win this Saturday night, win it convincingly, and go on and achieve the dreams that I've got.
When you consider that world scene at 168, provided a victory for yourself on Saturday, where do you go? Like, when you look at it, are you confident that within maybe a fight or two you are then looking at world honours?
Well, you'd like to think so. This is an eliminator for the WBA. I'm sure they might call a final eliminator, but listen, once things start clearing up and we know what Canelo's doing next with his career, then hopefully we can. Some of the titles will fragment and there'll be more fights for titles.
What do you actually make of the Canelo situation? Obviously, the undisputed champion at 168, but there's talks that he's close to securing a 2-fight deal with DAZN to face Purewal at 175 and then come back down to face Triple G. Is it ultimately you're just waiting to see whether he vacates or not, or are you hoping to step in with him to challenge for the undisputed titles?
Listen, I think we all want to fight the biggest name in the sport, and listen, it's the biggest payday for everyone out there. But failing that, we just want to fight for world titles and achieve our dreams. So, listen, a fight with Canelo is at the top of everyone's list, but no one wants to wait around for him. Let's not wait for the man. Let's make our own fights and just keep busy.
Just on Canelo, what would you make of him facing Dimitri Bivol next?
Good fight. I mean, he's cleared up at 168. Obviously, there's unfinished business at 175. He beat Kovalev, but I didn't think he'd be in a rush to get back there. But I think the Bivol fight makes sense, and if he can go and clear up at 175, then he's absolutely smashing it. But I'm excited for the third Triple G fight. I think it's a lot better suited to Canelo now. I've got it one apiece, but I feel that it'd be a lot more convincing for Canelo in the third, maybe even a stoppage.
People look at Triple G as well now, and even for yourself, if he was willing to move up to 168, would he be a name that you'd want to face?
Of course, yeah. I mean, he's a huge name, campaigned at middleweight his whole career, but I think that's what's missing from his career. He's not moved up through the weights yet to see what he can do at 168. So I think, listen, it'd be a warm welcome when he does finally come to 168, but hopefully he does it before the Canelo fight.
And you've also got Demetrius Andrade, who in-house his song with Matchroom as well, moving up to 168. Is that something that you've spoken to Eddie about at all?
It's not something I've spoken about yet, no, but obviously my full focus is on Danny Jacobs. I did see about him fighting. I've seen the talk with Zach Parker, but I also see about Benavidez for an eliminator for the WBO and WBC. So, listen, like I said, there's exciting fights in the 168 division, failing fighting for a world title. So, the doors are open. There's big fights available still.
Just away from them, guys, I just want to get your thoughts on a couple of guys in your gym. Firstly, Felix Cash, obviously on this undercard. Has he been looking in camp?
He's been looking tremendous. I mean, he had a crap year last year, a few personal issues, but he's turned a corner and he's looking great. He's mentally and physically in a great place, so I expect a good win for him.
He said previously he'd love to face the Eubank Jr. winner. Obviously, Chris coming out on top in that fight. How do you think Felix would fare if that fight could be made?
Listen, you've got to back Felix against anyone. He's not shy in confidence. He's not shy in being vocal. He believes in himself, and so he should. He's a quality talent.
Another man who's called for Chris Eubank Jr. is young Jr-Benn. He said that he'd be open to a catchweight. He said that there's been some form of talks. How deep, I don't know. But what are your thoughts, Jr-Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., that family rivalry reignited once again?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was lucky enough to see the dads fight. It'd be great to see the sons fight, but I think they're both on different paths at the moment. Obviously, Connor's at 147, Junior's at 160. So, I mean, listen, it's a lot of weight for Chris Eubank to come down. I don't know if he'd be able to do 154. And for Connor, I mean, 154 would be good, but any more than that is just playing into Chris's hands.
Right, John, I'm going to leave that there now because I know that press is probably about to start, but it's been good to catch up with you. Good luck on Saturday as well. Thank you for speaking to me on Boxing Social.
Cheers. Thank you, Andy.